Coming up on Star City News, a local press conference calls attention to a controversial letter that Councilman Roy Christensen sent to Mayor Chris Beitler.
This project needs to move forward now.
Plus, a politically charged event on UNL's campus has new developments that involve state senators, Chancellor Green, and English professors.
And President Donald Trump's tax cut could have an effect on your family. Find out how much you'll need to pay.
All that and more right now.
Welcome to Star City News. I'm Jack Housengay.
And I'm Sydney Boyd. Mayor Chris Beitler held a press conference today to address Councilmember Roy Christensen's letter about the biogas initiative. The letter asked Beitler to reconsider his decision to award nearly $750,000 towards the fuel project. The city is planning to upgrade its wastewater technology. Beitler said that Christensen mischaracterized where the process is in his letter and that all research points to this project's success.
The engineering is clear, the economics is clear, and the benefits to the environment are clear. This project needs to move forward now.
Beitler said that his office owes it to the citizens of Lincoln to do their homework, and that in this case, they have. He named the project a huge win for the environment.
Sydney, there's controversy in Lincoln today following a public statement made by Nebraska state senators directed at UNL's President Hank Bounds and Chancellor Ronnie Green. The letter follows recent developments with the politically charged incident that took place between a UNL sophomore and two English professors in August.
Steve Erdman, Tom Brewer, and Steve Halloran accused the university of acting hostile towards conservative students. They also challenged the UNL administration's ability to conduct an honest investigation on the school's free speech and conduct policies.
They also questioned the legitimacy of UNL's English department and the school's transparency toward Republicans. Star City's Emmanuel Sanchez Mora and Emma Olson are live with more.
The Nebraska Court of Appeals has upheld a lower court's denial of post-conviction relief for a man serving a 20-year prison sentence for drunkenly running down and killing a Nebraska high school volleyball coach in 2007. Herschel Huff has sought post-conviction relief, saying his trial lawyer was so ineffective that it violated his right to a fair trial. The Furnace County Court dismissed his motion and he appealed. Coming up next, we see what the forecast looks like for the upcoming weekend.
Plus, we take a look at a special project happening at the Lincoln Quilt Museum. You're watching Star City News.
Lincoln Quilt Museum is remembering local woman Olive Cunningham, who died of Alzheimer's in November 2015. With the help of her sister Judy, Olive spent the last years of her life stitching more than a dozen quilts, which are now on display. The museum teamed up with the Alzheimer's Association to create the exhibit honoring Olive's work and to bring awareness to those with the disease. Buffalo Wings and Rings opened a new location. The restaurant is located near 68th and O Streets. One of the owners, Michael Barton, said that it's taken 2 years to get to a new location and that the community around them is a great one to be a part of.
Sydney, Tuesday was the first snowfall of the year, but temperatures look to be rising in the capital city.
Here's Star City's Camille Hoover with more.
From the College of Journalism and Mass Communications in Lincoln.
Republican lawmakers unveiled the most sweeping rewrite of the tax code in decades today, outlining a $1.5 trillion plan to cut taxes for corporations.
With this plan, the typical family of four will save $1,182 a year on their taxes. For many families, having an additional $1,182 more will make a real difference.
As you can see, the current tax rate for middle-class families making less than $90,000 a year is 12%, opposed to its previous 10 to 15%, while the tax rate for families making less than $260,000 will only be 25%. The House plan is far from final and is expected to ignite a legislative fight.
The White House announced Tuesday that President Donald Trump will not be visiting the DMZ. A senior administration officer said the White House had to pick between a visit to the border between North and South Korea or to Camp Humphreys, a joint U.S. and South Korean military base. Trump is set to make his extended visit to Asia next month.
North Korea is working on an advanced version of its existing ballistic missile that could potentially reach the United States. This newly assessed ICBM is just one part of an accelerated effort by Kim Jong-un's regime to improve its nuclear weapon capabilities. U.S. officials are now reevaluating North Korea's threat. Court records show the suspect linked to Tuesday's deadly terrorist attack in New York City has Nebraska ties. The suspect, Sayfullo Saipov, was named in 4 Nebraska traffic complaints, including 2 in 2011, 1 in 2014, and a 4th earlier this year. All 4 cases involved guilty findings with fines paid.